Hello everyone, welcome back to the Anime Villainous Tournament Arc of 2024. It's your boy Chaos in the Sky yet again, using my full name for some reason. And for today's match, we're going to be seeing Lark versus Ascended One at the very bottom of the bracket to see who our next competitor for the semifinals will be. Let's get into it. Here we are with round 2, game 2. It's Ascended One versus Lark. Lark is going to win the role, which means he will be our starting player. Who is Lark going to ban? That is the question. I was about to say, I believe in round 1 he just banned Dio throughout, so it looks like he's going to be banning Dio again here. And Ascended, who is he going to ban in response? It will be Light. Very understandable. Lark is very good with Light. It's one of his best characters, I would say. And now we're going to see both of these players pick their game 1 characters. Lark, very confident, and Ascended as well. Both of them know who they want. They've got him ready to go. Who's it going to be? We're going to see Orochi versus Cell, a Battle Begins classic. Lark, very good with Cell. I believe that Ascended is kind of uses Orochi as one of his main go-tos, maybe even his main at that. This is going to be an interesting game. Typically, I would say Cell has a bit of an advantage here, but it can kind of come down to fate ordering on who has more of an advantage or not, because it's dependent on if Orochi can get a good strong block on Arena kind of earlyish to buy himself some time. Otherwise, Cell can really make Orochimaru's life miserable with the consistent fading. So we're gonna see how this plays out. Will Orochi be taking a mulligan or not? It's one of the best advantages for Orochi going second, is if he has a really bad starting hand, he can mulligan for something better. Oh, we're not doing a mulligan. No mulligan. Orochi is pleased with his hand. Never a good sign. We're going to see Lark go straight over to Carnival. He's not going for the turn 1 Arena, discarding Instant Transmission and then going for a Fate. Sarutobi and Gar are pretty good. He's going to play Sarutobi to Otagakuri first, actually, just blocking that gain to activate. Fair enough. And that'll be his turn, making that bottom fate very undesirable. That does leave Forest of Death open for him and gives him some big discard. He had Kimimaro in hand. Very good reason not to mulligan. Very good reason not to mulligan. He had basically a guaranteed Kimi play at either Forest of Death or Tanzaku outside of a really weird Jiraiya play to Tanzaku. So now that he's got Kimi in play, he's going to be here a long while. That's definitely going to help him keep his territory under control. Did also get Vegeta right off the rip here, which is very good for Ascended as well. That means that Arena is covered for a good while now, unless Lark can get a strong special beam cannon, or Lark's already got 17 out and is immediately absorbing him. Strong start for both competitors here, I would say. Very early 17, immediately into an absorb. With Vegeta at the top fate, your options are like special beam cannon, and then that's about it for Vegeta really, or an appeal to pride triggering, which against Orochi I would say is fairly plausible. But your other main option, other than banking on Special Beam to deal with Vegeta here, is to get to Semi-Perfect ASAP. And then at Semi-Perfect, it's very doable to get 2 Cell Juniors thrown down to handle that Vegeta problem. We're going to see Ascended head over to Tanzaku. Wants to gain some power and play some cards. Accidentally just hit the edge of my glasses on my mic. Yes, Ascended is the one who does this, he throws his hand down once he knows what to play, and then he plays them out. So he's going to get Sakon and Ukon there, preparing to kill Sarutobi. He wants to get him out of there ASAP. Reinkar, not the most likely scheme to trigger against Cell, but fairly likely, I would say. Now, Lark is going to throw down Time Machine at 17, put back in that Absorb. He really wants to get a card that will let him just go and kill 17 immediately. It would be very strong for him to get to Semi-Perfect very early in this matchup. Jiraiya hurts here a lot. Gonna cover up Forest of Death, it seems. Could also double cover Otagakuri, knowing that the Sakon Ukon Kimi play on Sarutobi kill is coming up. But getting him at that Forest of Death to slow down the fate pressure for a bit seems like a good call to me. Crippling Blow does basically nothing here. Gohan is a body, so that's going to make Gingertown less usable. It is not a card. He really probably wanted to see Time Chamber or 16 there to protect the android. He's actually not going to kill Sarutobi and reposition Kimimaro. Interesting. There's the Absorb on 17. Lark is going to get straight into Semi-Perfect here. No telling where 18 is in his villain deck shuffle, but if he can get to her quick and really blitz his way to Showdown, it will be hard for Orochimaru to make that time back up. Which is why I'm a little surprised that Sarutobi wasn't vanquished here. Maybe Ascended just has such a good hand, or like cards that are so important on his double hand signs, he couldn't afford to keep Kimi around. It's possible that he could have... I thought he was playing a scheme. It's possible he could have Sealed Coffin in hand, and Sealed Coffin is his matching hand sign. That would be pretty risky to get rid of. He'd have to rely on Kabuto, basically, to get it back. He can't really afford to go for a full reshuffle to get back to it. That would just take way too long to get Sasuke out. So that's one reason maybe his matching hand sign was like Manda or something he wanted to keep. We're going to see him discard a Poison Kunai and Kitamaro, and then throw out Jirobo and move Sarutobi off of Otagakuri. Very interesting. We're going to see, very interesting, taking the Kimimaro target away. We're going to see Cell go over to Carnival, throw down Cell Jr., big discard, huge discard. All Lark really wants right now is to see 18. He has two other cards in hand that seem pretty worthwhile to him. Don't want to play Sasuke here. It's probably going to be a Dead Demon turn. Not the best time for Dead Demon because he has Otagakuri as an option. But he's not actually... Oh, he is discarding. Okay. He does lose Manda here. Losing Manda there really hurts. That's pretty much exactly what Lark wanted to see. Senzu and Time Chamber. I don't think is there a hero in there? I don't think so. So it's going to be a Time Chamber on Vegeta and Gohan. Getting Vegeta to 4 is pretty frustrating for Lark. He's got to weaken it. He's now not able to go open arena with a Cell Jr. play, is the main thing. And then we're seeing an activate with Sakon and Ukon to swap Kimi back into position for Sarutobi. But he is going to need to get some other allies there to help with that. Lark is heading to Ginger Town. He's getting his Cell Jr. ready, and then he's discarding and punching Gohan before Gohan can get any stronger. Fair enough. I'm surprised he's not discarding a little harder to get 18, because if he could get 18 out and defeat her before Sasuke even hits the board, that would be pretty difficult, if not impossible, for Orochimaru to recover quickly enough. Especially because it would allow Lark to be able to open up this top fate a bit easier. We're going to see Orochi head over to Konoha. Does he have an ally that he can use with Kimi to kill Sarutobi or Jiraiya? He could move to Jiraiya here. I feel like killing Jiraiya is probably more worthwhile than Saru. He's going to throw down Ye Olden Poison Kunai. And then put that -1 on Sarutobi. Discard 2 cards for Kimi. Ooh, having to lose Kabuto and a Forbidden on that is unfortunate. Is he keeping Kimi at the Forest of Death? That's fair enough. I could see you trying to position the Sarutobi kill, but also keeping Forest of Death protected, especially when the only 4 strength there... Oh, no, he is going to go for Sarutobi. Also a fair play. With Tsunade being the only 4 strength there, I could see a reason to keep him at Forest of Death to try and keep that open. We're going to see Lark go over to Carnivale. He's going to... Yeah, he's discarding very hard, as usual. Getting his supercomputer out. Doing a time machine. Getting that absorb back in. And also discarding regeneration. Then we're going to see a Fate, and Rock Lee is pretty annoying here. Probably at Odo. Yeah. I think covering Odo is the big play right now. Doesn't really mind Forest of Death being out when he's ahead. Lark is definitely in the lead on this game right now. He's debating putting him in a Forest, though. Lark is sufficiently in the lead right now. He isn't too worried about being faded, especially when he doesn't have 18 on the board. Even more so because some more heroes might actually help him out a bit with some disappearance plays. We're just going to see a gain 3 discard from Ascended. Perfect barrier into both of the Cell Juniors. This is going to trigger Reincar, which is probably going to be used to get Manda back from the discard. Manda, yep, Manda would be a huge help right now for Ascended to try and clear up his territory a bit more, defend his top fate. Lark had another Cell Jr. ready to put it out there to defend. Probably decompose. Yep. I imagine, honestly, does he keep Manda here? Probably keeps Manda here. And discards everything else. But it depends on what else is in his hand. If he has Sealed Coffin in hand, he has to keep Sealed Coffin. He really cannot afford to lose that. Yeah, and we are going to see him lose Manda here. I assume that last card is probably... Yeah, you don't draw after decomposing, as nice as it would be. Gotta take your 1-card only turn. Sealed Coffin here. Going for a Fate first. Tien, not a good time to see Tien because it will just be killed. He'll just be killed by Cell Jr. Fate will happen. We're gonna see Krillin instead thrown over to Arena. And then, yep, it was Sealed Coffin. Very unfortunate to get hit with Decomposing right on the Manda pull for Sealed Coffin. Bad timing for Ascended One. We're back over to Lark. Lark has a problem where he's really low on power right now. He needs to get power to eventually, there's disappearances to gain 1 off of Krillin. He needs to gain power so that he can actually play Android 18 when he finds her. There's Tsunade. She's going to go right over that top Fate. Sealed Coffin was played here, so if Tsunade loses any strength, that will refund some power. But Ascended One is in a really rough position right now. I wonder if he actually has... If he has... I think we saw Kitamura go by. I was about to say maybe to Yuya. He could go to Konoha, get to Yuya out, and activate. But we're going to see him gain 3 and do a big discard. Activate the Sealed Coffin to get Sasuke out, but unfortunately doesn't seem to be in the cards for him. Lark is going to head back over to Arena. He's going to throw down Multiform. That'll get Krillin to 0, so Cell Jr. can kill him for free. Play Explosive Coercion for 0, get another Fate on. Just really, really keep Ascended One buried in Fates right now. He does not want to give Ascended One any time to recover and kind of pick back up the pace. That'll be his turn. Pretty unfortunate shuffle on this Orochimaru Fate deck as well. Lark has gotten a good hero to play just about every time, other than that one Decomposing turn, and that Decomposing turn hurt really bad for another reason. What is Ascended going to do here? He really needs to get Sasuke out, and then he can start, you know, blasting fools with his allies however he can. Unless I missed a Tayuya discard earlier, he should have Tayuya. But maybe not. Putting the Curse Seal on Tsunade here instead of getting the Sasuke play. It is going to weaken her down a lot. It's going to weaken down Lee and Kakashi a ton. They're both going down by 2. Tsunade is also going down by 2 because the Curse Seal triggers. So he's really weakened up everyone in his territory now. Recovery Mission can only heal so much. He's in a good position to do some clashing here to open up Otagakuri while doing some bottom Fate shenanigans. That must not be Tayuya. He must have lost Tayuya earlier and I missed it. No, he does have Tayuya. Did he not have the hand signs to be able to get Tayuya out before the summon Rashomon? So that Tsunade would be even weaker? He did get Sasuke out, though, which is what matters most here. So now he's in a... This looks bad, but because he's able to so easily clash, this actually isn't too bad of a position for him. He can really start to kill some of these heroes really fast. Specifically, Lee and Kakashi are not long for this world. Neither is Tsunade, really. Sarutobi is still his biggest problem. We're going to see Lark go over to Carnival. He's going to use Supercomputer to move Multiform, gain a power. And he's going to follow that up with a Fate. He's figuring out what this is. I think it's Sakura? I want to say it's Sakura. Sakura doesn't do a lot here because Lee and Kakashi would still be 2 strength. It is Gaara, very annoying. Like, at all times, basically. Not sure what Gaara play I would be looking to do here, to be honest. Move Sasuke, obviously, is the hero move. I'm thinking about what ally to move. He's going to actually put Sasuke at Tanzaku instead of the other place. He's going to move Kimi over to Sarutobi. Kimi is not strong enough to kill Sarutobi right now. So that is going to stop Ascended One from getting the Kimimaro ping pong to start. Because Sarutobi is a little too strong. He is just going to use Tayuya to get Tsunade out of here, which is really smart. He needs to get some Fate pressure. We're probably going to see him clash with Kakashi here because he has no power, so there's no loss to it. Android 16. Good to have something to block the top Fate. He will just die to Cell Jr., but I don't think there's any Fate that... Trunks. Trunks could have shown up. Or Goku. I think we haven't seen Goku yet. There's the clash on Kakashi. Lark is just going to head over to Arena. He's going to disappear to gain 1 off of 16 and then have Cell Jr. punch him in the mouth. Only 5 cards left in the villain deck. Cell's got to be close to Android 18 now. Dead Demon and Shuriken. Dead Demon's pretty good here. feel like Shuriken on Kimimaro could have also been a play, but I understand going for the, ooh, he got Manda again. Very good use of Dead Demon. I don't know if Lark knew Manda was in there somehow. I don't think we saw something that said Manda was in there, but it worked out for Lark very well. Gonna sell games here. I think this is guaranteed Goku Trunks. That's a very strong sell game. Unfortunate to lose out on Piccolo here, but a very strong sell games to get Goku and Trunks here. They have to go to different locations. I'm thinking probably would have put Trunks at Carnival, honestly, to turn off the supercomputer, but also it would be really easy for Semi-Perfect to get that kill on him. Goku at Arena just makes perfect sense, and it looks like Ascended is going to block the supercomputer in the end, which is fair. What is Lark going to do here? He's going to go to Tropical Islands. Is he going to get Android 18 out? Are we going to see a crazy play of putting her at Arena? Okay, never mind. There was a small part of me that thought, no, you can't do that, Lark. You can't do that, Lark. That's why Trunks is there. Yeah, move it over to Goku. Weaken Goku to kill him. I would have lost my mind if this was the world where he played 18 straight to Arena. He's just going to play Perfect Barrier to get rid of it and end his turn. Ascended, going back over to Odagakuri. Ooh, not a great fate. Not a great fate. Getting Mr. Satan out of here before the Cell Games proc is pretty nice, though, all things considered, and he does get to clash Lee here and open that back up. Ascended One's territory is looking way better now. Lark really needs to get Trunks out of here, or just weaken 18 enough to get her out of here. We are going to see an Absorb. Will it be on Trunks or 18? I would probably hit Trunks here, but I could see going for, yeah, Lark is just going to focus on 18 instead. Make sure that he can kill her ASAP. Naruto and Recovery Mission. Naruto to Forest of Death is very painful right now. How did Tayuya get back here? Did he redraw and immediately play Tayuya? I thought he used Tayuya to beat Tsunade before. I must have missed him replaying her. Or he had a different ally. His Kimi was out of position, right? I don't remember. I gotta look back at that footage. We are gonna see him just throw out a Poison Kunai on Kimi, so Kimi can kill Sarutobi now, and also clash with Naruto to get him over to Tenzaku. Lark is gonna head on over to Ginger Town, throw down a Cell Jr., and move Multiform. It would be very easy for him to uncover Arena now, just one little strength loss on Goku Cell Jr. punch, although he might want to just try and get rid of Android 18 first. Here we're going to see the Sarutobi kill using Kimimaro with the Poison Kunai. Losing Rashomon and body mods for it. That's going to let him throw a -1 probably on Sasuke. Indeed, it will be Sasuke. Getting him down that first bit of strength, so probably not really looking at trying to get him back to Konoha. 16 and Piccolo here is pretty great. I don't know about putting 16 there. Yeah, I was about to say, you probably want to put 16 over at, like, Ginger Town. Just put him far, put him where it takes Semi-Perfect Cell the longest time to get rid of him, because that's what he really wants to do. And that is all of Ascended's actions. What are we going to see from Lark here? He's going to go over to the Tropical Islands. Going to weaken up Goku some more, maybe? Could move Multiform there. He is going to move Multiform into Goku, get him weaker. What card plays are we going to see? A Disappearances would go pretty hard here if he has it. We're not seeing it played, so I doubt it. Kamehameha to get rid of Android 16. Very worth his time. Now he has the threat on being able to kill 18 or Goku. Ascended doesn't like either option. He's going straight for a Fate. Tien is a really strong pull here. I wouldn't put Tien at Tropical Island, though. That just lets him immediately kill Tien. I guess he probably wants to get Tien back in rotation, but I don't know about that. I feel like Tien at the top Fate probably would have been a little more worth this time. Now Lark will get to gain 3, play a card, and punch Tien. I understand wanting to keep the double play closed, but I don't know. Maybe Tien there was the better call in the long run. I'm not sure. We're going to see Lark gain 3. The good thing about this off turn, ooh, we are going to see a Kamehameha, so he's going to get... He just hit delete on Goku. Oh, Lark. Yeah, we're going to have to rewind time for that. Very, very nice looking for the video. That's why you should put the card in the discard pile before trying to hit delete on the token, Lark. So he's going to Kamehameha Goku out of here, and then he's just going to punch Tien. So now Arena is basically open again. And he is threatening the kill on 16. Or not 16, on 18. Ascended is going to go for a Fate. He's going to get Vegeta. And Time Chamber. He is going to go for the Time Chamber. Buff up Trunks and 18. Yeah, I feel like killing Trunks might have been a better play for Lark earlier. And then we're going to see a 4 Violet Barrier to weaken down Sasuke. This is turning back into Ascended One's favor a little bit with this Orochi game. He's got Sasuke at 5 strength. Naruto and Gaara are both out being annoying, but his fates are open. And this Trunks here is really, really causing Lark problems. Lark does have an open arena, but he's not going to go for it. He's just going to go straight for the Absorb, and he is still going to focus on 18. I think now there's no point in trying to go for Trunks now with him at 4. Now you kind of do have to focus on 18. We're going to see Jiraiya come out and block Forest of Death. That's exactly what Lark needed right now. He, outside, I think Manda is still in the discard, actually, so I believe there's no way that that is getting uncovered this turn for Ascended. And Lark, even though Mr. Satan is here, Mr. Satan will move. So he has an open arena to get another Fate in, and who knows what kind of plays he could do on that as well. Or he could just go to Gingertown to try and set himself up to discard enough to get into, like, Absorb or whatever. Another Absorb or a Perfect Barrier to be able to kill 18. That is not how Poison Kunais work. Alright, Poison Kunai on him. Yeah, Curse Seal on him. And then throwing down the Reincar. That's going to get him -1 on Sasuke. And that will be Ascended One's turn. Cost him a lot of power for that due to Jiraiya being out. Lark is going to go to Arena, keep the Fates up. What cards are we going to see? We're going to see a Cell Jr. thrown down there to deal with Trunks at some point. The Cell Jr. is 2 and Trunks is 4. Playing Reconnaissance. Probably doesn't have much choice but to do so. Then we're going to see Recovery Mission Decompose. This is going to be an easy recovery mission on Sasuke. Probably move him into Otagakuri. That does put him where Jirobo is, but there's no good Sakon and Ukon target because there's no ally over here to throw him into, and then Naruto is covering that. So, pretty good position. We could actually see Ascended use Kimi here on Naruto just to reposition Kimi, and that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to put Naruto here at Otagakuri, and then follow that up with the Fate. This is going to trigger Recon, because he discarded a effect when he was using Kimi. Oh, this is not good. Got the Cell Jr., which gives him an opening to get rid of Trunks finally. Losing all of those effects is not great for Cell, though, at this point in the game. Ooh, double crippling blow. Cell is low on power, so losing power does hurt a bit, but that is not the Fate you wanted to see. It was 2 of them in the Fate deck, so. Could we see the 18 kill? Does Lark have a card in hand to do it? If he does, he certainly goes for it here. He is going to Carnival, which leads me to believe he does, but he's also thinking about his turn. So maybe he doesn't. The only thing that could do it here is Perfect Barrier or the other card I'm thinking of. Absorb, and it looks like Lark does not have it. He's going to move Time Machine to Mr. Satan, actually, to try and get it. Ascended is Fate locked, so he can, like, guarantee it here as long as he can draw into what he needs. I imagine we're going to see some big discards unless he got it. He did not discard enough for it to be. He's going to throw down a Cell Jr. If he's not discarding those last 2 cards, unless, like, one of them is I think we saw both disappearances go, though. He could be holding on to disappearances for power on the Cell games play. But I imagine with Lark not super discarding there, he got the card he needs to get rid of 18. This is going to be a pretty close game. Sasuke has a Curse Seal on him, and Orochi has a pretty good setup here, all things considered. We're going to see the -1 on Jiraiya to set up the easy Kimi kill, or even the Poison Kunai kill. And then all of his power going to Kitamaro, which he's going to refund some with Forbidden. That'll trigger Sasuke's Curse Seal. It's a pretty well set up territory for Orochi. We are going to see Android 18 put into kill range here, and then Decomposing and Dead Demon. Yeah, I guess you just Dead Demon here, really. It stops Kimi from being used on Jiraiya, but I imagine we're going to see, I think that's Tuyuya with that Kunai. This is why I hate the way people do this. I can't tell what that card is. Is it? Yeah, it is Tuyuya. And then we're going to see Cell entering Showdown. He's going to get Gohan, Goku, Piccolo, and 16. Tien is still in there. Not great for Lark, all things considered, but it could be worse. Okay, so if Ascended pulls Tien here, he'll be able to punch 16. If Ascended doesn't Fate, then Cell Jr. opens this through Vanquishing for Cell, so he'll be able to Fate. Pretty strong position. We are going to see, actually, Kimimaro used instead of Tuyuya. No, he's going to use Tuyuya instead. Oh, and he used with Kimimaro because he just wanted to move Kimimaro and get the knife. I'm not so sure about that one. A little bit of overuse of resources. But if he really wanted to discard, fair enough. I probably would have just kept Tuyuya, honestly, to protect the Forest of Death. We're going to see a Time Chamber that's going to get thrown down on Piccolo or Gohan, surely. Yeah, it's going to go down on Goku and Piccolo. Lark needs another strength reduction card to get through Goku here, and he does have the Absorb, which is perfect for him. That'll let him use the Cell Jr. That is going to trigger Reincar. I imagine we're going to see Manda go back into Ascended One's hand. Unless he already has it in hand. Oh, he did not use the Reincar. Okay, so he probably has Manda in hand then. Lark is going to throw down another Cell Jr. to protect Arena. He's got 2 Cell Juniors set up here, which is weird how that happened. Probably Kakashi the top fate here. Gonna block Tanzaku. Fair enough. Wants to stop him from getting enough power to combo play Curse Seal to really lower Sasuke. Really wants to slow him down rather than try and speed himself up. Oh, and we did also have Dead Demon. We're going to see the Dead Demon lost there. He's going to gain 1 at Forest and go for a Fate. Vegeta and Krillin, just going to throw Vegeta on Arena, I imagine. Try and use up that Cell Jr., open that up. Krillin doesn't really save anyone from dying here, because Lark is surely just going to go to Carnival and punch 16. It would put Trunks out of range if Krillin was out, but I don't think that's going to work for him in the long run. He is going to play Krillin to the islands instead. Interesting. Well, Lark is surely going to Carnival to keep Fate pressure and punch 16. Yeah, thought so. We're going to see him throw down an Appeal to Pride. Very, very useful. Very likely to go off because if nothing else, it'll go off when the Sasuke kill happens. Sarutobi is pretty good here. He's going to stop Sasuke from losing strength and just super cover up Otagakuri between Naruto, Sarutobi, and Sasuke, and then punch 16. So his fading is back open, and he will be able to go to Arena and do some more opening here. We're going to see the kill on Gaara with Kimimaro. That opens back up Konoha, and he goes to Otagakuri. Tien is awful here. Crippling Blow does nothing. I think he can just choose to play Crippling Blow for nothing, but he's not going to love that. But if he plays Tien, he gets faded again, and Cell gets to punch Trunks, and he does want Trunks out of here to activate Supercomputer, because he needs to start moving the multiform into Piccolo and Gohan. This is not a fate you want to see. It is going to be Tien in the end, and he's going to put him at Ginger Town over Arena, which intrigues me. I'm not sure why, because he really wants to get some stuff on Arena right now. He's just going to play Perfect Barrier to get it out of hand. Oh, no, he's going to play Perfect Barrier because Krillin is still out. I forgot Krillin was out, so that will allow him to punch Trunks. Shuriken and Recovery. He's just going to take the 1 off of Sasuke and leave Sasuke there. Fair enough. Then he gets to punch Trunks thanks to the Perfect Barrier. So that opens back up his Carnival power gain and discard, which is honestly very good for him. Ascended's going to go straight for another Fate. He's going to get Goku. Goku at Arena here would waste the Cell Jr. He's going to put Goku at Tropical Islands. Keeping him away from the Cell Juniors? Fair enough. Lark doesn't really want to take an off turn here, and by an off turn I mean go into a location where he doesn't fate, but if he does want to take an off, if he feels he has to take an off turn, taking it at Tropical Island to also gain 3 is definitely the place to do it because he's low on power. We're going to see a Killing Intent on Sasuke, followed by a... Sasuke can't lose strength here. Sarutobi is in play. You can't do that. Yeah, Sarutobi is in play. He has to put the... He has to put the Killing Intent one on Sarutobi, and then the Curse Seal will put one on Sasuke. So Sasuke, I think, should be at -6? Yeah. Killing Intent, then Forbidden on Sarutobi, etc. Was that a Forbidden for Violet? Killing Intent, Forbidden? Maybe? Something along those lines? What is Lark going to do here? Ascended is in a pretty decent position, all things considered. He can kill Kakashi. He has a great turn set up here. He can get rid of Naruto, Sarutobi, and Kakashi all in one fell swoop. So I think Lark probably does have to fate here, even if he doesn't love to. He's going to throw down Bug Drone to gain 1. He's got to get power wherever he can. He's going to play Explosives for 0, and then go for his fate. Sakura is actually pretty good here, because she takes Naruto out of Clash range, and she takes Kakashi out of just Kimi range. But Tsunade also is a pain and covers the top fate a lot better, as opposed to Sakura, who could just get clashed easily. So I understand doing that. There's probably also a part of Lark that wants to see Naruto get clashed here so that he can do some moving with whatever it's called. We're going to see the Kakashi kill with Kimi. That'll lose him his 1 power. He's going to Fate. Does not have a Senzo target. That's just going to take away his power with Crippling Blow. This is what happens when Cell has, like, all of his heroes in play, more or less. Going to use Manda to get rid of Sarutobi. And he's not going to clash Naruto because it would just move her to Tsunade, and also he doesn't want to trigger Appeal to Pride. What is Lark going to do? He can move these Cell Juniors into much better positions now that Carnival's supercomputer is back on, which might be what he wants to go for here. He's actually going to go to Tropical to punch Krillin, presumably. Could also punch Goku if he has something that reduces strength, or he could Kamehameha Krillin, then punch. He's going to Special Beam Krillin, and then he's going to punch Goku. That's really going to open up his possibilities more, and also, Senzu just passed. He's far from a reshuffle. Really, really good play by Lark. We're going to see Ascended go over to Tanzaku, put a knife on Kimimaro. That'll let him kill Tsunade with it and weaken Sasuke in the process. Can he play enough cards to get a -1 on Sasuke here? I don't know if we know where White Snake is. I think we saw it discarded earlier. I don't know if he's gotten it back. He doesn't have a... Ooh, just playing the knife and ending his turn. Okay. He's set up now to where he can get rid of Naruto and Tsunade, and it looks like Lark doesn't like that. I'm surprised at going to Arena. Oh, going to Arena so he can just kill Satan. Right. And get Satan back in play. That makes a lot of sense. I thought he would be going to Carnival to start weakening Piccolo. He's going to do it with a bit of instant transmitting, actually. That'll weaken Piccolo down very nicely. Weakening Piccolo or moving these Cell Juniors to Gohan. Getting these Cell Juniors over to Gohan is a pretty strong win con for Lark. He could also be trying to focus on a long-term self-destruct because Tien is there. But he's going to have trouble getting the power for that. Lark was trying to figure out what that card is and is not going to multi-fate. It was Recovery Mission, which is pretty good. But honestly, I think you probably want to see Kakashi here. Kakashi will stop Naruto from dying. It will stop a clash again, but Lark doesn't particularly need to clash right now. Or need to appeal to Pride right now, I mean. He's even debating just taking more power off of Sasuke, and that is going to be what he does in the end. This does open up the possibility of Naruto dying to a clash, which would give appeal to Pride. He's actually going to move Tsunade to Konoha. Yeah, there's no way that Ascended can get that kill on Tsunade now, which means the Poison Kunai also isn't open, which means Naruto can't really be clashed. Okay, I see the thought process behind this, and I think I agree with it. Although I think there could have been a world where just Kakashi came out there, but still a really good play. We're going to see Vegeta, and he's also going to Tropical Island. It's a really fun place out there this time of year. People love it. And then, can Ascended play cards with Tsunade out like this right now? That is the big question. There is also a case of, at some point, Ascended has to clash Sasuke. If he gets him to 0 to, like, trigger White Snake. Discarding Kabuto and another card. Does he have White Snake coming up, or is he just betting on going back around to it? Lark is going to go to Tropical Island again, gain power. Is he just going to punch Vegeta here and threaten? Ooh, he's going to weaken Piccolo with an Absorb, and he's just going to punch Piccolo and leave Vegeta. He is threatening a self-destruct. I think Senzu is in the discard, so he is hard threatening a self-destruct on Tien and Gohan here, which would put him at a win con. I don't think Ascended really wants to go to Otagakuri this turn, but he might need to. He's not going to, though. I'm pretty sure Senzu and Goku are both in the discard, and with that in mind, and Vegeta at a gain 3, which means he can punch Vegeta and Kamehameha, Lark could set himself up at like an undefeatable win con here, with Ascended not fading him. We're going to see a pretty strong turn from Ascended, though, getting Curse Seals out on Kitamaro and Tsunade, and then a bit of an expensive Rashomon, but that will get Sasuke down to 0, as well as Naruto. And it will, ensure that Tsunade is very, very dead. she can be clashed with even if needed. I don't know where Whitesnake is, though. He has no cards in hand. I think, I like stumbled over saying think there. I think Whitesnake is in the discard, which is not good for him right now. If Lark has self-destruct, I think he can set up like a guaranteed win. Because Sensu and Goku are both in the discard. He goes here, self-destructs, and then he goes back here, Kamehamehas, whoever comes out, and then punches Vegeta. But Lark isn't immediately doing that, so I assume he doesn't have that option. He must not have self-destruct in hand, which is very unfortunate. Self-destruct there could have set the game for him. Now Lark is taking a look at what's in his discard. He's paying... Oh, double Kamehameha! Okay, and then you're gonna move one of those Cell Juniors in position to threaten? I don't think he has anything that can kill Gohan. He's gonna Fate. Jiraiya here is pretty good, 4 strengther. He's actually gonna throw out Sakura to stop the Sasuke kill setup without getting rid of her first. Yeah, I think Jiraiya is better. Because I think the big thing here is that Lark doesn't really mind. Oh, you know what I just realized? If Ascended 1 clashes, he basically loses because it puts Gohan into the Cell Juniors. We're going to see the kill on Tsunade here, and he's going to put the -1 on Jiraiya, which does net him 1 power thanks to Sealed Coffin. Puts Kimi in position to get rid of Jiraiya. Following that up with a Fate. He's got 16 in Trunks. Neither are doing a whole lot here. I don't know what this last card is. It might be like Time Chamber. He's going to put Trunks at Gohan to stop multiform shenanigans. I'm still kind of surprised that Lark didn't move this Cell Junior in position to Gohan. I guess he's just really counting on the appeal to Pride to put Gohan in that position. I'm not sure what Lark does here. He really wants power. Trunks is annoying here. Oh, Ascended didn't discard his cards for Kimimaro. Lark is going to go to Tropical Island and gain 3. Going to move a Cell Junior over, finally? Maybe? Potentially? He's thinking really hard. He's going to disappear. That'll get him to 5. That's not enough to Special Beam Gohan. He's going to throw down a Recon. And he's still not moving his Cell Juniors. He is very dedicated to this Cell Junior plan. Yeah, it doesn't have enough to Special Beam Gohan. I was going to say playing a little risky without fading here, but he's not really playing risky all that much. This is covered, and I doubt Manda is coming out to deal with it. I think we saw Manda in the discard earlier, and it was sort of Kusanagi in the discard as well as Kabuto. We know there's no shot of Ascended 1 being able to get the Sasuke killed this turn, let alone Sasuke and Naruto. We are going to see him kill Jiraiya with Kimimaro. He's going to lose those 2 cards for it. Going to move over Kimimaro. Is he going to, Oh, he has the Whitesnake in hand, and he's actually going to get the Sasuke kill by swapping that over and getting rid of him, putting him into Showdown. That is going to trigger Appeal to Pride, and it's just Naruto standing in Orochi's way. I thought the Whitesnake was still in the discard. So, very, this is, down to the wire now. Self-destruct, and there's self-destruct, so that's game. Ooh, what a nail-biter, right down to the very, very end. I understand why Ascended put Trunks where he did, but probably putting Trunks there was the death knell in the end. I'm pretty sure we knew that self-destruct was not in the discard, so we really needed to play for self-destruct there. Just barely, though. Just barely does Lark take that game, only a 0-strength Naruto remaining. Lark did have a Fate, though, so he could have potentially done a really strong setup that could have taken Orochi some time to deal with. But I think he had a Kitamaro with, like, 3 strengths. That would have been hard to do. But we're going right on to the next game. Ascended 1 is the starting player now, and he's going to get to ban first. He's going to ban Gendo. I don't know how much Lark plays Gendo, but everyone on QA knows how to play basically everyone to an extent. And Lark, again, just doesn't want to deal with Dio, so it's going to be another ban on that. Makes a lot of sense. Gendo is a good response to Dio because Gendo doesn't care too much about Fate spamming. Lark is going to take this opportunity to play Light. Ascended is going to get to counterpick Light. The main Light counterpick is Gendo, which Ascended himself banned. So I'm not sure who Ascended 1 is going to choose here to play into Light. I imagine he had some kind of a plan of who he wanted to play as a result of banning Gendo. But he's taking a minute to pick here. I'm not sure banning the light counter against someone who's well known for playing light was the play, though, but it's very possible that, well, I don't know. I was going to say it's very possible Ascended banned Gendo wanting to bait Lark into playing light to counterpick light, but the fact that Ascended isn't immediately choosing his character here makes me think that Ascended maybe didn't expect Lark to just pick light. Or maybe we're having some technical difficulties. I don't know. We'll do a little jump cut here to win. Oh, wait, maybe not. No jump cut. No jump cut needed. Am I saved from having to remember to put in a jump cut? I sure am, thank goodness. And Ascended One is going to play Orochi again. He's just going to run it back. Orochi does all right in this matchup. I don't think Orochimaru loves it, but if Orochimaru gets tempo, if he can get the tempo away from light, which is much easier to do when Orochi is going first, which he will be going first in this instance, then Orochi can kind of run away with this because he can keep some strong fate pressure up that will give light some problems, and Orochi can race faster than light, again, as long as he has the fate tempo. I think this matchup is maybe not decided, but a large part of it goes into which one of these two characters can get that tempo and keep strong fate pressure on. Lark, I will say, is very good at keeping light's top fate open. We're going to see Ascended go straight to Forest of Death. He wants to get a double fate out here immediately. Turn 1 Imprisoned is going to hurt for sure. But no hero does mean that Light gets a turn at Yellow Box, which he probably wants to do some discarding to get to some schemes right now anyway, so that's pretty good for him. We're going to see Gaara and Naruto come out. He's going to throw Gaara on Forest of Death just to keep that covered. Kind of surprised he didn't go with the Otagakuri play again. Ooh, discarding both Desperate Gambits early is not great, but they're of no use right now, and Lark cannot afford to not draw schemes. He needs to get schemes in hand immediately to get rid of Imprisoned. Ascended is going to go over and get Ide by fading at Otagakuri. Wants to cover that. That'll be his turn, and then we're going to see Lark. He's going to go to the apartment, and he's going to go to Task Force to keep some fate pressure. He probably really wants to lock down Orochimaru's territory right now. Actually, he's going to go to Yagami Residence. Interesting. He's going to get Mikami out, and he must really want to discard. Ooh, discarding God of the New World there sucks. But he did not draw into schemes, it looks like, so he desperately needs to get another scheme. He can't afford to stay in prison for very long. We could see Orochi. He's going to go to Tanzaku. I was going to say there's a world where he goes to Forest of Death here just to trigger Kira Cult. Just to cause Lark more trouble. But instead, it looks like he's going to... Oh, wow, and he had Manda, too. I'm actually really surprised he didn't go to Forest of Death this turn. He probably didn't have enough power to play all of these. He would have been short. He wouldn't have been able to play either Sakon and Ukon or Coffin. Honestly, I probably would have just held Sakon and Ukon for a turn, opened up that top fate, got sealed Coffin out, and kept that fate pressure, triggered Kira Cult while getting a fate off. I'm a little surprised he's going to Tanzaku instead. I understand wanting to get Sakon and Ukon out, set up your territory, and hold it more. He'd lose Manda in the equation if he did it the other way, and then he'd need to get the power for sealed Coffin. But honestly, against Light, I probably would have kept that fate pressure on more than I would have worried about getting straight to sealed Coffin. Because Orochimaru can absolutely, like, outrace Light, but he really wants to make sure that he gets Light buried in terms of fates first to make sure he can keep that going. But this isn't a bad play either. I don't think it's the play that I would have made personally, but it's definitely not a bad play. The thing is, though, is that if he's doing this play instead of just immediately going to Forest of Death and killing, he really doesn't want to use Manda until Sealed Coffin is played, and he is putting Sealed Coffin at Forest of Death again, even though he's really close to getting Sasuke out. We're going to see the Paranoid prep and get rid of Kira Cult to get out of prison immediately, and then he's going to use Rem to immediately kill Ide and open up his territory. Yep, that's Lark for you. Ooh, pulling Jiraiya and Tsunade at the same time is going to be very painful for Lark here. That is very unfortunate, seeing both Sannin at the same time. He is going to throw Jiraiya over there. I might have played Tsunade here, to be honest, but he does need to get... Ascended does need to get another ally out to be able to use the Sealed Coffin, so I understand what he's going for here. We're going to see Nier thrown down at Yellow Box Warehouse. Can't really do any good swapping shenanigans here. Lark did immediately have Yellow Box covered again, but honestly, like, it was... So, oh, we're going to see a big... Oh, wow, and he got Nier's name. That's very lucky for Lark. a big gain 2, move near, hit him with that. Yeah, now Ascended is just gonna, like, use Manda to open back up, and this is gonna make Jiraiya even more annoying to deal with. Matsuda is a really good pull here. It is going to basically give Lark a turn to go to Yagami and gain some power and potentially discard, so it's not too painful for him. But it does mean that Ascended is, like, spared of fate for sure, basically. And we're seeing some big discarding. I see Ascended one is also a disrespecter of Kabuto. I don't respect that. Lark is the same way when he plays Orochi, but I'm here to tell you that, ooh, that's really, really good, and he can get the near kill. This is a very strong setup for Lark. Even if Kiyomi gets blocked, he can go to Light's apartment and then get Matsuda off of it. And Ascended is just going to let him have the eyes. He's going for a big fate instead. He's going to gain 3, play out Reinkar. He really wants to get Manda back right now, throwing down 4 Violet for 2. And then he is going to be able to throw out Summon Rashomon, so Jiraiya is now in range of being killed by Sakon and Ukon, but that would, like, destroy his territory. Lark is going to go over to Watery, or to Watery. He's going to go over and get Watery's name, or Watari. I think it's Watari, but I say Watery because I say it too fast. I saw someone in the Discord saying, like, Chaos pronounces Watery wrong every time, and it kills me. Listen! You record this many different videos with this many different anime character names, and then you can step to me about how to pronounce Watery. Lark debating putting Kiyomi at Light's apartment, but in the end is going to throw her at Yagami Residence. He's going to throw out a Patient Plotting. This is a bit of a... Ooh, and that takes Jiraiya out of being killed by Sakura. That's a really unfortunately timed Sakura. He pretty much has to go to Otogakuri here to stop this name get... Lark is only at 2, but if he lets him get pressure, it's going to be really bad. This will force L to be played to Task Force, which is not great for Ascended. Taking away the double play and that move is, like, it's going to hurt on the many times that Light will want to go to his bottom fate, but having L go there instead of Yellow Box is very good for Lark, all things considered. Could we see another Light's apartment social manip do-si-do with Matsuda here, maybe? Gonna gain the 2. He's gonna throw out Chief Yagami, and he's gonna move L into the Yagami residence, open back up Task Force, but cover all of his allies. Interesting. I'm a little surprised that he didn't just put L back at Light's apartment as well and keep open Kiyomi and whatnot, but, you know. Lark knows what he's doing. We're going to see a killing intent on Jiraiya there to make sure he's super weak, and a clash with Sakura. Lark has got Yellow Box open, so he gets to take a Yellow Box turn here, which Light always enjoys. Light has got the fate pressure right now, but Ascended has almost cleared back open his territory. He'll also be able to clash with Jiraiya now, so he won't have to worry about losing Sakon and Ukon, depending on what this fate is. Lee and Sasuke. Well, it's going to be Lee, probably to Otogakuri. I could have also... Honestly, I could see Lee going to any of these 3 locations right now, but I think Otogakuri is probably the best one. My instinct was, whatchamacallit, but with Sealed Coffin there, I think that's a better pick. There's Watari. And we are seeing a Kira cult, which he's going to use that to move Chief Yagami back. Play Watari as an ally. Just throwing Watari on top of Yellow Box. Watari is not long for this world, though, because that is open. We're going to see the clash with Jiraiya to get him out of there, which is very good. Always nice when you can clash a Sanin. This will be the death of Watari, and what else does Lark have going on? Maybe he's going to move Kiyomi or Mikami to get their abilities turned back on. We're going to see him throw down Battle of Wits. Orochimaru loves playing schemes, especially Reinkar, so very likely to go off. Bit of a dead Kakashi, unfortunately, but covering Forest of Death here. Basically, yeah, it's like guaranteed he's not getting faded this turn. Very good with Patient Plotting as well, so Lark is pretty much guaranteed this 3rd name. I don't believe there's any way that... we're going to see the Kiyomi move as well to get more cards. I don't think there's any way that, with 0 power especially, that Ascended can open this up. It requires some pretty wild hands. He's got Kimimaro out now, which is very good, and he's going to put a knife on Kimimaro as well. This sets him up to kill Kakashi and clash Lee in the same turn, which is always useful. Unfortunately, Lark has got another Yellow Box turn here. Like I said at the start, I think a lot of this matchup is decided by which of the 2 characters can keep control of fate pressure. We're going to see Lark discarding Rem and Misa. He doesn't really have the power to be messing with them right now. But Lark has done very well at keeping that fate pressure. We're going to see him throw down a Misinfo. Orochi does a lot of discarding, mainly because of Kimimaro, so very, very likely to proc and give him a lot of board control. Sarutobi here is pretty good. I could see him going to Tanzaku, honestly. He's going to decompose. Decompose to stop the Kimimaro kill. Decompose to stop the Kimimaro kill. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Unfortunate to pass up on the 5-strength Sarutobi, but I do believe this is the right call here. Because now Ascended basically has to not do his Vanquish Clash turn, or he has to lose Kimi to it. And he really can't afford to be losing Kimimaro, especially since Reincar only procs on a Mellow play. He does have a pretty guaranteed, like, Mellow hasn't come out yet, so he has pretty guaranteed on getting that Mellow kill, though. There it is. Probably Mellow kill. Honestly, probably kill Chief Yagami here. I could see killing Kiyomi as well. Mogi doesn't really help here at all. But he is going to go for Mogi. I guess he can Mogi and then Matsuda to Yellow Box, or move L. Okay. Fair enough. We could see Lark go to Yagami. Or if he has Shinigami Eyes in hand. If I'd been paying more attention, I'd have a good idea of what his hand is. A free Shinigami play, Bottom Fate, could have been nice. Sorry, something in my throat there. Lark is about to hit his reshuffle, by the way, which means his Desperate Gambits and his Social Manips are about to come back around. Just as planned. Also, Ascended did not go for the Kimi kill, which he can't really afford to lose him. We're going to see just as planned, actually, to trigger Battle of Wits to play out 2 schemes before the reshuffle. Does he have the other just as planned? I think he might. So we might be seeing him then just as planned 2 of those schemes. Indeed we are, and that's going to get him his 4th name. Kira Cult doesn't do much for him. Neither does Paranoid Prep, really. He's on a reshuffle, so he is probably going to get a lot of cards he likes. He doesn't have to worry too much about hand movement right now. And he did get Matsuda's name, which is very lucky. He really wanted to see Matsuda. Maybe not very lucky. He had a 2 in 5 chance of seeing a name he wanted there. He wanted to see Mogi the most, Matsuda second. So that is 4 names for Lark. Only 2 heroes in his territory, and Ascended, unfortunately, does not yet even have Sasuke in play. Although he does have the Coffin out. He's at 7 strength. He needs to play, like, Jirobo, for instance, to get things back underway. Or to be able to get Sasuke out, I mean. Which he really, really needs to get Sasuke out very soon. He has a nice turn set up to clear his board, but unless he gets Sasuke out, like, kind of ASAP here, he is going to be way too behind. If Sasuke still isn't even out and Light gets to say 6 names, it's not looking good. We're going to see some big Curse Seal plays here. And then a gain 2 with Forbidden Experiments is going to put a -1 on both of them, so now he can clash without even needing to use the Kimi Knife play if he wants. Lark is going to go over to Light's apartment. He's not worried about fading right now. We're going to see a Shinigami Eye for free thrown down on Kiyomi. Then we're going to see the hero move on Mogi and then probably move Chief Yagami. And this time he's going to put L at the apartment. So now Lark is in another really strong position. He gets to fate no matter what this coming turn outside of a really crazy play of one of the movement people, which I'm not even sure if... I think Nier and Matsuda are both in the discard, so it would have to be a strong reshuffle. But the odds are very high that Lark is either getting a name in fading or he's getting to discard in fate. And discard in fading is always nice. We're going to see Ascended One go over to Forest of Death. He's going to throw down Jirobo. That gives him enough for his shenanigans. He's going to put Jirobo over there. Oh, he's using Forbidden Experiments to do a big hero, to do an activate hero move, Sakon and Ukon. Very, very clean play. You love to see that. That'll open up his top fate. Oh, Aizawa is here. Okay, so Aizawa can stop it. He can stop the eyes and put someone there. So... unfortunate for Lark that he was able to fate there. Really, really clean move with Sakon and Ukon and Jirobo there. And that was 3 plays through their week. And now he's got Kakashi and Lee, which I hate when people do this. Stop covering the art. He has free, not free, but he can just clash here. We're going to see a play of a scheme and then a Justice Plan from Lark. He's getting a name this way one way or another. He did not get Mogi's name or Aizawa's. He really wanted to see Mogi or Aizawa here to be able to kill either of them, especially Aizawa. Aizawa would have been a great kill here. Unfortunately, didn't get it. But he is at 5 names. Only 3 heroes out. Going to do some discarding. He's got a Shinigami Eye in play, although it's not triggerable right now. Ascended is going to Konoha. He's probably doing this so he can activate out Sasuke this turn. Throwing down a Reincarnation. Followed by Kitamaro. And he's gonna give Kitamaro a poisoned kunai. Just always putting it right over the card art, I guess. Just really doesn't want anyone to be able to tell at a glance what cards he has in play. And then he's gonna activate to get Sasuke out. He had the strength to do that even before Kitamaro. What are you doing with this Sasuke play? This never works. I'm here to tell you, putting Sasuke at the top fate, this never works for the Orochi player. It literally never works. I have played so much Orochimaru. When I was still learning Orochimaru, I tried this idea, put Sealed Coffin at Forest of Death right out the gate, always, like, put Sasuke there because your opponent's going to block it anyway. It never works out in your favor, I promise. And he ended up putting it at Konoha. Very, very smart decision. We could just see a social manip fate here from Lark. Indeed, we will, and he's going to use it to get the name token. He's going to get Aizawa, so Aizawa is now on the chopping block. Shuriken in recovery. Yeah, I was about to say, move Sasuke immediately. I know that Sakon and Ukon is set up with Jirobo there, but I probably would have, honestly, I probably would have put Sasuke at Forest of Death there, because Lark really just needs to buy himself, like, some low fate turns to finish this game up. Nier is pretty good here, but we're probably going to see imprisoned. There are no schemes out. The problem is that if Lark has 2 schemes in hand, he can go to Yagami, gain some power, which he's already at a surplus. Oop. How did Sasuke get that -1 there? Oh, we're seeing a full kill. Jirobo's being used to kill Kakashi because he's at 0 and then clashing with Lee at the end of his turn as well. I missed how Sasuke got this -1. I'm sorry. I was too focused on how that fate went. Paranoid Prep and another one. Just as planned. Just as planned doesn't do what you think it's doing. How did he do that? Oh, he had God of the New World. I think he accidentally played Just as Planned when he meant to play God of the New World. Lark just pulled out the wrong card by mistake. Honest mistake to make. So he used God of the New World to play out another scheme along with this Paranoid Prep, and he gets to kill Aizawa here. This is why I feel like he probably should have put Sasuke here last turn, because then he'd have, like, a really guaranteed Shinigami Eye. Not guaranteed, maybe, but very, very, very likely. We're going to see Ide played. I'm going to move Chief Yagami far away from being able to move anyone into poor positions. And that will be all of Ascended One's turn. Lark is at 6 name tokens, but Sasuke is out at -1, and Ascended One has a very strong territory layout at the moment. Another social manip. Another social manip. He's actually going to do it to move, rather than get the 7th name token. Interesting. I don't know about that one. You're just 2 name tokens. I mean, like, Desperate Gambits have got to be coming up if he doesn't have one in hand. I feel like it might have been better to just take the name. I know he's going to get to kill Ide here. Oh, he's going to play Rem. Is he going to go ahead and get the -1 on L? Accusations are super likely, though. No, he's just going to put Rem there for later. And then he's going to Fate. It's Dead Demon plus Tsunade. There isn't a great spot for Tsunade to go here, unfortunately. Probably at Otagakuri. I'd probably put her at Otagakuri. He could use Kitamaro plus Jirobo to kill Tsunade, but honestly, like, if he loses Jirobo and Kitamaro right now, that puts Lark in a really strong position. But Lark is going to cover Konoha so that Tsunade is just out of any danger. I understand his reasoning. That is going to be the Ide kill. And he does have Kiyomi set up to move to Shinigami Eyes now, so I understand that play a bit better now. But, Orochi is obviously going to take an Otagakuri turn here. He can activate 4 Violet and everything. And there's Mello. This is going to trigger both of the Reincars. It's going to get rid of Kiyomi and those eyes. So Ascended is now going to get to pick 2 allies from his deck or discard. I imagine Manda is chief among them. Manda, maybe Kabuto. He's, if he has a Forbidden in hand, he's got the power for Manda and Kabuto. And Lark is not going to be able to Fade on his turn. I imagine we're going to be seeing some Desperate Gambits from Lark here in a second. There's 1 Alias in the discard at least. I'm not sure if the other one is. I think Imprisoned is in the discard as well. We saw it a little bit ago. Ascended ended up not taking any allies there. He must at least have Manda in hand, or he's really worried about decomposing, but I wouldn't. I just wouldn't worry about decomposing like that, 1 out of 12 cards. Is he debating activating Sakon and Ukon instead of 4 Violet on Sasuke here? possible. He doesn't love Sasuke's positioning right now. He's going to put the -1 on Tsunade. Interesting. Lark is going to go over to Yagami Residence. Really wants power right now. To delete Mello out of here. And then throw down a Battle of Wits. That is the benefit of having such a high power surplus. He doesn't get to drop to 5 anymore, unfortunately, because Kiyomi is dead. I'm about to sneeze. I apologize. Oh. Pardon me. I'm sorry. Ended up keeping Misa in hand and discarding the Death Note instead. Gonna see a big discard from Ascended. I see Ascended so many times. Matsuda to probably the top fate, but he could also block Yagami Residence. But most likely moving Light to Task Force. Yeah. I see Ascended discard Kabuto and the Sword of Kusanage so often, and I just gotta say, as an Orochimaru main, I don't respect it. I don't respect it at all. Like, the Sword of Kusanage, it's a little more niche than you would expect. You have to find the right times to play it, but it's a very, very important tool. Another delete Matsuda, like, kill. And there's the Desperate Gambit. That'll get him the 7th name. And that's going to play Watari, which is not going to help here at all. It will keep Mogi alive, at least. And that will be the end of Lark's turn. He just needs one more name, and I think he has one more Desperate Gambit somewhere. We're going to see an activate on Kimi and Kitamaru. That's going to put Kitamaru in range to kill Tsunade. And get a -1 on Sasuke. But anyway, Sword of Kusanage is a little more niche. You don't like, it's not like a you must play it when you get it, but it's very, very useful, and I would even say very important to Orochimaru's toolkit to make progress. Definitely an alias here. Put away Watari or Mogi's name, one or the other. Unfortunately, this does leave Task Force open, so whichever name you don't protect, that person will be dying while Light gets to Fate. But it keeps him away from Showdown for one more turn. 6 strength to go on Sasuke, 6 name tokens for Light. What a setup. Spending 3 on something here? Oh, Ryuk. And then moving Ryuk into Mikami for Shinigami Eyes, he gets to kill Watari at the end of this turn. Yeah. So what he really wants from this Fate is to cover the top Fate on Ascended. He really wants to get that top Fate covered. Throwing Misa down to get the L kill before his name comes out. Playing a little bit with fire here on the L kills. Not killing Watari yet. He's got a Fate first. Almost forgot the Fate. He really wants to cover the top Fate here. Naruto will do it. Lark just wants to, if he's gonna get fated this turn, he wants to make it as annoying as possible for Ascended One to make it happen. Another strong part of the play here is that if Ascended One gets something that, like, replays L, then he's probably not covering Shinigami Eyes. So either L is staying weak, or Lark is getting a name. Also, if Lark gets L's name, and then kills L following the reshuffle, outside of, like, some heavy Fate Watari, it's not going to be a good position. We're seeing Ascended One play out 2 schemes so he can get Mond out. He's going to have to lose Monda to just moving Naruto here, which really sucks. And that's going to trigger Battle of Wits for having played schemes. Lark is going to choose to get out Misinfo and Last Resort. Last Resort is very likely to proc. Using the Forbidden Experiments just to get a -1 on Sasuke here with the 4 Violet Barrier. Akira Cult, actually. Interesting. Misinfo and Kira Cult. Alright. What? Oh, he just clashed Naruto. Oh. Interesting. I mean, fair enough, but also interesting. Well, that's going to be the Shinigami Eyes for Lark. And he is going to get L's name, so honestly, I'd probably just take the L kill here. It's free, basically. And then he's going to put Shinigami Eyes on Misa, which are free thanks to Mikami now. So, Lark is also going to get the kill on L. And he threw down Patient Plotting. This is a very hard to stop showdown for Light. He's very likely to get this. Oh, did that trigger? That did trigger Substitution Jutsu. I'm not sure there's much substituting that Ascended One really wants to do with this board state, to be honest. It's pretty well in his favor. He doesn't want to move Naruto. He doesn't really want to move Sasuke. Not to Forest of Death or Kona, or not Kona, Forest of Death or Otagakuri at least. Those would not be good positions. I don't think we're going to see any... Yeah, we're not going to see a sub played here. Oh, did Lark still have more to his turn? No, he's done. He's done. Yeah, we're going to see a Fate. Ascended one has to try and stop this this get. Alias will not do it because he'll get 2 name tokens. Nier can do it, kind of. It's complicated, though. It's not actually that complicated. He just does that. This will stop both of those name tokens. Nier was basically the perfect get there, more or less. But it does mean that Yellow Box is open, and we might just be seeing a... He killed Kimimaro, or Naruto with Kimimaro there? He needs to, like, poison kunai that. He did discard 2 cards, which is going to trigger that, and Lark is going to open that back up. Ooh, big mistake, because now he gets patient plotting. Yeah, should not have done that discard. Should not have done that discard. Because that just gave him, might have just given him the win. Does he have delete in hand? He does not. He's going to throw down Paranoid Prep because he wants to get delete to close out the game. Right now, what Lark wants more than anything is he wants to... Did he play Ryuk there? Did he pay for that? What Lark wants more than anything right now is to... Yeah, recovery mission onto the top Fate. Yep. That might be game. But, what Lark wants more than anything is some deletes and whatnot, but I honestly don't think Ascended can bring this back. He has to have, like, a double Forbidden Experiment to, like, double swap Jirobo back. He could kill Sasuke with Manda, but, like, at that point, why would you bother? Oh, he Forbidden just to activate Sasuke with the Sealed Coffin. That also works. He's going to get Mellow here. It's not L, which means if Lark drew delete, it's game over. May as well cover the top Fate kill Mikami here. The Shinigami eyes don't mean anything. Also, if Lark drew Rem, it's game over. If Lark has delete or Rem, it's over, and I imagine, yeah, he didn't have them, so now he's going to discard his entire hand to try to draw them, because if he gets either of them, or the Death Note, there are 4 different cards, because there are 2 copies of delete, that could just give him the win here. We're going to see Tayuya, Curse Seal, Killing Intent to get Sasuke back to -2 with a Curse Seal out. Oh, and that Kira Cult did trigger. Does he have it? He just has the Death Note. That's game. Well, there you have it. Pretty commanding light game from Lark, all things considered. Just, like I said, Lark got that initial Fate pressure. He did a much better job of keeping Yellow Box open, of keeping his top Fate open. And because of that, he was able to kind of control the tempo of the game for Orochimaru with the Fate pressure he was able to put out, and pretty much decided the game as a result of that. But I think that was the main factor, is which one of the characters got ahead in controlling the Fate pressure, and I think Lark did that best in this game. But really well played. That awesome Sakon and Ukon Jirobo swap to open up the top Fate was really cool from Ascended 1. But yeah, that will be game. That is 2 wins. I'm going to have to use another Orochimaru in the thumbnail. Why are so many people playing Orochimaru in this tournament? Orochimaru is my favorite character. I shouldn't sound like I'm complaining, but that will be a 2-0 victory for Lark. He won both games, and so he will be moving on. Let's go take a look at the bracket. And with that 2-0 victory, Lark defends his title as the Anime Villainous champion from last year, moving on to the semifinals. He'll be going up against either Egg or Never Early, depending on who wins their match, as he continues to try to reclaim his title from last year's tournament. Thank you all for watching. Hope you're excited to see the rest of the tournament. Until next time, farewell.